Compared to other watchmakers, Rolex is in a league of its own, being universally admired and treasured. Rolex watches no longer simply tells time. They play an integral part in society. It is a high-quality watch that consistently shows its greatness as time passes. The factory secrecy and closed-door operations led an authentic aura of mystique to the timepieces they produce, but as years passed, some of these secrets are now revealed to the public, and today we're going to talk about these 10 interesting facts about Rolex. Welcome to Lux Life, and when it comes to luxury and lifestyle, we've got you covered. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's start. Number 10. To achieve a more enticing aesthetic, they opt for steel, which is more expensive and more difficult to manufacture. Many people who like watches know that Rolex uses a special steel. You see, not all stainless steel is the same. There are different kinds and grades of steel, and most steel watches are made from 316L, a type of stainless steel. However, the 904L steel is used to make all of the steel in Rolex watches today, and as far as we know, almost no one else uses this. The 904L steel costs more and is much harder to work with than other steel. Number 9. It has its own science lab. It's not surprising that Rolex has its own internal research and development department, considering how much the company has accomplished over the years. However, Rolex goes beyond that by maintaining not just one, but multiple highly sophisticated professional science labs at numerous locations. These facilities are dedicated to the study of not only potential new watch components, but also improved methods of production. Rolex's research labs are as varied as the company itself. Number 8. All of their mechanisms are constructed and tested by hand. Many people think that Rolex watches are manufactured by machines. In reality, every Rolex watch receives the same level of care and consideration you want from a high-quality handmade Swiss timepiece. When it comes to machinery used in the production of watches, Rolex unquestionably leads the pack. Rolex movements and bracelets are examples of the many components that require human intervention in these devices. Number 7. Their gold is crafted in an in-house foundry. Even though they get steel from a few suppliers, Rolex still works the steel in-house to make all the parts. The same is true for gold and platinum. Rolex takes 24-karat gold and turns it into 18-karat yellow, white, or Rolex's Eve Rose Gold, which doesn't fade like 18-karat rose gold. Metals are melted and mixed in large kilns with hot flames, then used to make cases and bracelets. Because Rolex makes and shapes its own gold, it can ensure that the parts are of the highest quality and look their best. Do these information pique your interest? What facts about Rolex do you think we missed? Let us know in the comments below. Number 6. Rolex uses a lot of technology when it comes to manufacturing. The master supply room is where Rolex's automated expertise really shines. Huge columns of components are serviced by robots that store and retrieve trays containing individual components or finished watches. When a watchmaker needs a replacement part, all they have to do is place an order with the system, and within 6 to 8 minutes, the part will be at their location via a series of conveyor systems. In the Rolex factory, robotic arms perform most of the routine, detailed and reliable work. Some Rolex components are polished by machines at first, but the rest of the work is done by hand. Number 5. Rolex is very serious when it comes to security. It's no surprise that Rolex places importance on safety. With all that gold and all those expensive finished timepieces, Rolex uses strict safety procedures, including a secret safe in the style of the James Bond films that are buried several stories beneath. To gain entry to the Rolex safe, you must go through a bank vault door and be identified by an iris scanner. they use unmarked, perhaps heavily armored vehicles when transporting Rolex components to avoid detection. Number 4. Each dive watch is tested in water-filled tanks that are pressurized. Rolex watches, with the iconic oyster case, have passed stringent tests for water resistance. This is often accomplished with an air pressure tank. In the case of watch factories, a watch is sealed in a tiny compartment filled with air, and any change in pressure indicates that air has entered the case. This air pressure treatment is standard procedure for all Rolex oysters and all Rolex oyster diving watches. Every single case undergoes rigorous testing prior to and after the installation of the mechanism and the dial. Number 3. Rolex employs a group of gemologists. It has been asserted that Rolex holds its suppliers to absurdly high standards for the materials that it purchases from them. Diamonds, rubies, and emeralds are some examples of precious stones that fall under this category. Other examples include metals that they use in manufacturing. The huge gemological department at Rolex is responsible for purchasing, evaluating, arranging, and setting diamonds and other precious stones in a variety of Rolex timepieces. They inspect all incoming stones to make sure that they are real, which is one of the things that they do. Number 2. It takes approximately a year to produce a Rolex watch. Despite producing almost 1 million timepieces annually, Rolex, shockingly, does not make any shortcuts during the production process. Rolex cares deeply about excellence and productivity. It takes about a year from the time the parts of the case are first shaped until the time the finished product is tested for accuracy. Obviously, the entire firm seems to be focused on producing the greatest watches possible. Number 1. Rolex makes almost everything by itself. The fact that Rolex manufactures practically everything in-house probably doesn't come as much of a surprise to anyone. The true value inside the Rolex factory lies in the company's tools and know-how, neither of which could be replicated even if another company had an exact replica of Rolex's facilities. Rolex is one of the most well-known brands of high-end timepieces in the world. It is well-known because it has done exceptionally in a lot of different areas, from making important innovations and being the first to keep accurate time. Even so, there are probably a lot of things you don't know about this great company because its inner workings are often kept secret. But through this video, we hope you learned more about this prestigious brand and what the story is behind their luxurious and iconic timepieces. If you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, click subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive updates in our latest videos. Also, feel free to leave us a comment if you want to watch more videos. Head on over to our channel to see more from Lux Live. See you!